So in this experiment, the teacher will give you some hot saturated potassium nitrate solution. So that means it's saturated, so you can't dissolve any more potassium nitrate. So there might be a little bit of undissolved potassium nitrate at the bottom. So it'll hopefully be around 100 degrees, and you can pour a little bit of that saturated potassium nitrate solution into 2 test tubes, and just a couple of centimeters. And then in one beaker, I would put ice water. And then in this one, I put warm water because I wanted it to cool down, but then I got impatient because it took too long. And then I just took the warm water out, and that was too slow for my liking as well. And I put tap water in, 20-degree water, not ice 0-degree water, because I wanted it to work within 5 minutes or so, and I was not patient enough to wait for literally 24 hours to form nice huge crystals. I just wanted a quick and easy lab, really. And so what we have here is the potassium and the nitrate are now combining. So they were dissolved, and now they're coming out of solution as a solid precipitate because it's slowing down, and as the molecules slow down, the positive and negative attraction between the two, they can stick. And so they do, because there's less kinetic energy. And what we're doing right now is we're going towards the right-hand side, and as we're losing kinetic energy, and that's releasing heat. So towards the right-hand side is exothermic, and towards the left-hand side, dissolving, is endothermic. So the reaction will get colder to the left-hand side, and it'll get warmer to the right-hand side. So what we're going on here then, so basically if you look here, then I sort of tap it down and I show it. I can see that the rapid cooling, if you do it really quickly, it forms quite small crystals, and you can see that they're only about a quarter the diameter of the test tube here, and that's to show that igneous extrusive rocks cooling from lava cool very quickly and give small crystals, often way smaller than that, to be honest. And then we move on to the larger ones. If I just jump to the end, you can see that the ones that cooled slightly slower, the crystals are the full length of the tube, so about 4 or 5 times the diameter. I try and tap them out into the beaker, and you can see that they're quite large, but they start dissolving because the beaker was a bit wet, so they start dissolving. So that's not what the really cool thing is about this experiment. The cool thing is you can actually see what's going on with the crystallization in real time. So hopefully this will show up. You can actually see what looks like steam coming off from the crystals. So the crystals get longer right in front of your face. You can see that they're just slightly getting larger and larger, and there's these wisps of warm, pure liquid that come off the top. So this is quite important. So number one, this is releasing heat, so that what's coming off is warmer, the pure liquid. And this is how recrystallization works. It purifies the chemicals. So you can see with this diagram here that as the molecules rejoin up, they rejoin up as posnick in a crystal lattice here. So they become quite pure, and they exclude the water, and they'll exclude other impurities too. And so what you're getting is, because that was quite a dense liquid with potassium and nitrate molecules, those have now become a solid, and what you're left with is pure liquid, which is less dense, so it rises, and it's also warmer, and it rises as well. So you can see that warm, pure liquid come off the tips of those crystals, especially there. And so that's really cool, because you can see that in real time, it really working, the warm, pure water coming off and the pure potassium nitrate forming. Okay,